Hey, good morning, everybody. Marcel Irnie, IrnieracingNews, May 22nd, as of recording this, a rainy day in Kelowna. I was shown on the BC Nurses Fight Mandates.ca Instagram. Here we have John Rustad posted 2 days ago. BC is sending thousands of cancer patients to the USA for treatment. BC will cover all expenses. I'm really happy for these patients who are waiting an unacceptably long time for treatment in BC. But we should also consider what Adrian Dix is saying. He stated very clearly in the legislature that private healthcare has no place in BC. In other words, it is just fine for BC to spend money on private healthcare, just not in BC. This is truly hypocritical. Wow. And I mean, bam, point made. Next, Washington State no longer has a vaccine mandate. Minister Dix has clearly said in the legislature that BC's vaccine mandates are to protect the most vulnerable patients like cancer patients. So once again, another hypocritical statement from Minister Dix. BC refuses to hire back healthcare workers who were fired or left because of vaccine mandates. But those very same workers can go to Washington State and provide healthcare services to vulnerable BC patients being sent there by British Columbia. It's time to have a complete rethink about British Columbia's healthcare system, as well as to rehire all of the healthcare workers we can find to help deliver the critical needed services in BC. Okay, so there's many articles if you just take a quick search. Canada sends cancer patients to Bellingham to receive care at two major radiation centers. Here's this article on May 17th at the Bellingham Herald. British Columbia's Minister of Health is sending cancer patients to two Bellingham cancer treatment centers to receive radiation treatment starting this month, according to a news release from the ministry. Starting May 29th, eligible patients from Canada can receive their radiation treatments at Peace Health, St. Joseph's Cancer Centre, and the North Cascade Cancer Centre. To ensure every effort is being made to get cancer patients the treatment they need, we are temporarily referring patients to clinics across the border. This immediate action will support patients while we expand cancer services and hire more cancer care staff through the province. Wow, maybe they should just, like stated earlier, why are you not hiring back people who are trained with years or decades of experience in this very thing, being nurses, doctors, healthcare providers, cancer clinic people? Adrian Dix, Minister of Health, wrote in his news release. With this plan, the Bellingham Cancer Centers could have up to 50 additional radiation patients each week. We are pleased that BC Cancer reached out to us to explore options for their patients, and we're confident that this access to much-needed cancer treatment, combined with our other support services, will benefit patients throughout British Columbia, in addition to those patients who need and deserve compassionate care close to home. I mean, it's just wild, guys. We're not even going to read this whole article. It's just wild. No provincial government-controlled healthcare only. Oh, no privatized. We're not even going to discuss any privatized healthcare. We don't want any competitors in our country. But it's okay. We'll pay the USA higher fees, low exchange rate, to get people to have private healthcare in the USA for this case, because we're not hiring back our workers that we fired due to our unjust and all based on one big lie about the vaccine's transmission ability. Admitted by Pfizer executive Janine Small. Everyone watching this channel must have seen the video footage of Janine Small, who's a Pfizer executive. Her job was president of intercontinental relations or something like that. Can't remember exactly. So she works across the world with all the different countries, and she's the president of that sector. And she was in the European Parliament in the COVID summit trials. This is like a year ago now, it feels like, maybe not quite, where she was asked, did they test for transmission before distribution of the vaccine? And she said, no, we didn't test for transmission. We were working at the speed of science. She even said that. And to finish it off, here is the Vancouver Sun, another controlled newspaper media, probably owned by Glacier Media, but even so, all paid for by Trudeau's helping hand along the way, just like all the major mainstream media. Sending BC cancer patients to Bellingham for treatment, a sad state of reality, critics say. While breast cancer and prostate cancer patients will receive quicker radiation treatments in the USA, critics say the move is an indictment of BC's flagging health system. This is May 16th. Oh, yes. Health Minister Adrian Dix announced Monday that eligible breast and prostate cancer patients will send... Yeah, okay, blah, blah, we already read this. Okay, so Dix said as many as 4,800 patients will be sent to Peace Health Joseph Cancer Center and North Cascade over the next 2 years. So it's not just like months, this is like next 2 years, guys. The BC government is budgeting 34 million Canadian a year for the treatments, including relative travel costs. Anyways, Irnieracing News, guys. This is the state of Canada. I would be afraid to go to the hospital. I am afraid to go to the hospital. I would only go there for certain things. You know, you need some stitches. And even in that case, you really try to find a clinic. The last time I went for anything medical, it was on the island. And just went to like a small little hospital clinic right in Tofino. And so that was a decent experience, except for the long wait time to get in to see the doctor. And that is actually one of the reasons I got a misinformation policy strike from YouTube, you know, the COVID-19 misinformation policy strike, because I filmed what the doctor said. The doctor said, you know, there's a bad flu going around, and all I recommend is you just taking some Tylenol. There's nothing to it. Don't worry about it. Just, you know, take some Tylenol, take some aspirin, ibuprofen. That's it. I don't know if maybe some of you guys saw that before YouTube took it down. Irnieracing News. Maybe I'll repost it on Rumble. Cheers.